Right, before we kick off with part 2 of the race car build, I'd just like to do a little intro to an intro, because I tell you what, this proved to be the toughest thing I've ever done. So if you're tuned in expecting to see some wonderful model at the end, it ain't going to be like that, so don't waste your time. But it fought us absolutely every inch of the way. Did I overstep my mark? Did I bite off a bit more than I can chew? Probably, but we're going to play the video, you see, coming together and that. It looks like it's coming together well, but the truth's a different story. And we'll come back, we'll have a good look around it, and I'll tell you how it really went. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's go to me, old chipper, full of beans, ready to get on with it. Welcome to another video. Hope everyone's doing all right and that. Welcome to the second part of the Ferrari F1 car build. Absolutely fantastic. In the first part, I managed to get the majority of the painting out the way and that. Fantastic, it's come out better than I could have imagined. Absolutely mint, I'm over the moon with it. But in this video, I aim to get it finished. I've got a couple of major jobs to do. I've got to put it together, and I've got to get as many of these decals on as I can. Absolutely fantastic. So grab yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, and let's see this thing come together. Right, before I get stuck into it, I'll just clear this little lot out the way. Then I'll run you through my plans. But check the paint out, man. Isn't that good? Fantastic. Tell you, it's exceeded my expectations by a country mile. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to take my time again, like I did with the painting. Just slowly work my way through it. Absolutely fantastic. We'll just scatter them to the side and we'll have a look at the instructions in a minute. But basically, I'm just going to go from number 1 and just work right the way through. I've got to put decals on as I go along and that. And absolutely fantastic. So I'll do one hyperlapse, get as far as I can. We'll have a little recap in the middle and that, slow it down a bit. Then we'll speed up to the end and get it finished. Absolutely fantastic. I've got a couple of things to help us along with. I've got some glues, different ones. That's the one I spilt in the Land Rover video. Can you remember that? Insane. But that's a thin one. I think it's a regular one. Fantastic. I've got some clear fix, which I'll be using for the glass parts. I know there's only 2 little ones, but it seemed to work in the past. And I've got this decal fix to help us fix these transfers. I found it a lot easier to work with than water, and we'll give this a go again. Fantastic. I'm going to be trimming the parts up, and I might have to touch them up with paint along the way. I don't know, we'll find out as we're going. Fantastic, right, let's get into our first hyperlapse and start bringing this thing together. Fantastic. Right, we're at the beginning of day 5, fantastic. But before we move on and finish it up, we'll have a little recap and I'll show you a couple of the issues I've been having. Absolutely fantastic. The first issue I had was trying to get these decals on, this carbon fibre weave stuff. Fantastic. I attempted it on this one and I found it really difficult. But to be honest with you, it doesn't bring much to the party, so I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave all these off and just go with the plain black. And see how it looks. Fantastic. I know it's a bit of a cop out, but I think it'll look better without it. To be honest with you, that looks raggy as anything. That not good at all. And the second major one was this thing. This is going to slow us down a little bit, this. But I forgot to paint the outside of this. I forgot that the body of a Formula 1 car comes inwards. So all this has got to be done in black, but I'm going to do that with the same colour paint that I used out the air gun, but I'm just going to try and do it with a brush. Hopefully I don't mess it up, because I'm not great with a brush. And apart from that, the engine's gone together fine, look at that. Looks fantastic. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to slap some paint on here, a couple of coats and that, and while this is drying, we'll move on, we'll start putting the front of the car together. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to stick a couple of coats on. I think I've got to go right to the edge of here. It's black underneath, as long as I don't touch that brown bit, I should be alright. Fantastic. I couldn't believe it when I sussed it out. Luckily, we're caught it early, and we're not building the model with a massive big grey patch on. There is carbon fibre bits to go across here. And I will try and put them on because they're massive, them like. But I think you still need a black coat as a base. So we'll quickly slap this on, and we'll get back to the hyperlapse. Mint. There you have it, my attempt at the 2007 Formula 1 winning car. Absolutely fantastic. I tell you what, this one was tough, man. This one was tough. It's the toughest one I've ever done yet. I'll run you through some of the issues I had in that. A lot of it comes down to inexperience. There's no getting out of it. There's no getting out of it. And biting off a bit more than I could chew. But I tell you what, the painting started absolutely fantastic. It went down a treat. It still looks alright, paint-wise, like. fantastic. But when it come to sticking it together and that, whole different story, whole different story. I started off quite well. I built the engine up. Fantastic. There's loads of stuff built inside that you can't even see. I don't know what the point of that was like, but yeah, the best bits inside that you can't see. And then I moved on to the body, and I had all kinds of problems with the body, bits dropping off all the time and that, and there was holes missing. I've got bits missing here. I've got bits that I haven't put on. I've got two head air, two wing mirrors, a bit of the suspension, and a couple of fins. But there's no holes. There's no holes for them. I think there's holes for the wing mirrors, but they're far too big, and they just slip inside the car. So I've left them off for now. I've left them off. I might have a go later on. But yeah, the transfers, absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. There was loads of carbon fibre ones. I don't know if it's because it's been stored in the loft for 10 years. But when I soaked them, they were just breaking apart. So I give up with them ones. And some of these advertising ones, they're so small and so delicate, they were just busting apart. But other than that, I think it's all right, you know, it's all right. I've learned a lot from it. I've learned that I need to curb my ambitions a little bit and go for a simpler one for future builds. But it hasn't put us off. It hasn't put us off. I'm going to get back on the horse. Absolutely fantastic. So there you have it. If you like this video and that, hit likes and subscribes. Do all the YouTubey stuff for us and that. Like I say, not everyone's going to turn out perfect. I'm not aiming for that. I'm just a beginner. But yeah, man, fantastic. So until the next video, I'll see you later. Ta-da.